Welcome to the Dead by Daylight New Empire Killer Concept 4, the Hypothetical. An ancient titan, the Hypothetical is capable of entering a dormant state to scout survivors' locations, shifting the weather to create an aura of frost around her, and firing a lethal beam of ice to damage those in its path. Her personal perks, Hex Shackled Resolve, Ulterior Conscience, and Bleak Frigidity, allow her to reveal survivors while outside of chase, kill survivors by her own hands to damage generators, and slow nearby survivors' actions following a successful attack. The Hypothetical has a speed of 4.6 meters, a tear radius of 32 meters, and a height classification of average. The Hypothetical's power is Primordial Ice. The Hypothetical's ancient powers manipulate the surrounding environment, creating a new ice age and accumulating glacial energy to devastating effect. Frost Aura. Press the active ability button to begin emitting a frost aura for 12 seconds, slowing all survivors within 24 meters. Survivors 6 meters or closer to the Hypothetical are hindered by 4% from the frost aura, while survivors farther away are hindered further, up to 16% when 24 meters away. When a survivor exits the frost aura, the slow lingers for an additional 2 seconds. While the frost aura is active, the Hypothetical gains access to the Frostbite Blast ability. This ability has a 16-second cooldown. Frostbite Blast. Press and hold the power button while frost aura is active to begin charging, slowing yourself. Releasing the power button releases the charge, causing the Hypothetical to fire a frost beam forward up to 24 meters for 1.5 to 3 seconds based on the time spent charging, 2 seconds for the max charge. While survivors are within the beam, a meter begins building at a rate of 100% per 1.5 seconds, and their hindered effect from frost aura is doubled. When the meter hits 100%, the survivor is damaged and the meter resets. Survivors hit by the beam as it is fired have 50% of the meter filled instantly. The meter begins to decay at a rate of 25% per second after 2 seconds of the survivor not being hit by the beam. Frostbite Blast has a recovery time of 1.25 seconds. Pressing the attack button while charging cancels the charge. Dormant Mode. While Frost Aura is not active, the Hypothetical has access to Dormant Mode. Press and hold the power button to enter Dormant Mode, causing spinal chains to bind the Hypothetical, slowing her by 75%, making her undetectable, and sending a pulse forward up to 36 meters every 2.5 seconds, revealing all survivors within a 45-degree cone with Killer Instinct for 1.5 seconds. While in the Dormant Mode, Frost Aura's cooldown recharges 75% faster and the Hypothetical cannot attack. Dormant Mode has a recovery time of half a second. The Hypothetical's teachable perks are Hex, Shackled Resolve. Your constraints were lifted, only to be replaced, leaving nothing but your duty of bloodshed in mind. While outside of a chase, this perk activates and a dull totem becomes lit. While Shackled Resolve is active, every 40, 35, or 30 seconds, depending on the level of this perk, the auras of all survivors are revealed to you for 4 seconds. Entering a chase will result in the cursed totem reverting to its dull state and the perk deactivating after 5 seconds. If the Hex totem associated with this perk is cleansed or there are no dull totems remaining, the perk deactivates for the remainder of the trial. Ulterior Conscience. Your life has been a never-ending nightmare of enslavement to commanding powers. The desire to break free is overwhelming and rapidly growing. Every time you hook a survivor, gain a token. Sacrificing the survivor results in losing a token instead. Reaching 6 tokens grants the ability to kill survivors regardless of their hook stages. After killing a survivor with this perk, all generators explode for 10, 11, or 12% of their current progress and begin regressing. Bleak Frigidity. Your presence freezes blood and chills bones. After injuring a survivor by any means, this perk activates for 20 seconds. While this perk is active, survivors within your tear radius have their repair, cleansing, exit gate opening, and vaulting speed slowed by 7, 8, or 9% based on this perk's level, and your tear radius is increased by 8 meters.